What is up, everyone? All right, so today we'll be discussing the 2021 paper on mathematics. And all right, let me open this up and hold on a minute. Okay, so I want y'all to prepare this paper right now. 0580 October, November 2021 paper. So it's a 1 hour and 30 minutes paper. Yeah, so prepare the paper, have your calculators with you, either this or this. Okay, just a short recap on what are the instructions. Answer all your questions. Use black or dark blue pen. Make sure you use pencil for any diagram or graphs. Write your name. Okay, so let me write my name here. So Ivan Lim. Okay, so don't use any erasable pen or correction fluid. Do not write on any barcodes. Okay, you should only use calculator where appropriate. You can use tracing paper and show all necessary working. 3 significant figures, 1 decimal place for angles. Okay, or whatever degree level accuracy that's specified in the question. For pi, use either your calculator value or 3.142. And this paper is 70 marks. All right, so let's get straight into it so that we don't waste anyone's time. Okay, so shake it up and let's get ready. Okay, let's look at the first question. The temperature at midnight is negative 8.5 degrees Celsius. The temperature at 11 is negative 1 degree Celsius. Work out the difference between the temperature at midnight and the temperature at 11 a.m. Okay, so how do we calculate this? You take the final temperature. If you always want to find the difference, you take the final minus your initial. Okay, this doesn't work just for temperature, it works for most of the calculation. So final temperature is -1 and your initial is -8.5. Okay, I see many students at this start also, they make the mistake already because y'all will use -7.5. Yeah, I don't know how you all calculate lah. Okay, but you all just have to be careful. Just take the final, always use a final value minus the initial value. Just type into the calculator and you get -7.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, question 2. Stem and leaf diagram shows the age in years of each of 15 women. So, okay, make sure you know how to read the stem and leaf diagram. So this is 15 women and all this their age. So it's 31, 35, 38, 39, so on and so forth. And then this is the key. So if we read this is 3-1, this represents 31 years old. Okay, so complete this statement. So stem and leaf diagram, make sure you know what is your mode, median. Yeah, that's like at least the basic lah. So model age is also mode. Model age means the one that has the highest frequency, the one that appears the most. So model age in this case, let's look at which one has the most number. So it's over here, 41. Okay. Second one, median age. So median is the number in the middle. There are 2 ways to go about it. You can either count 1 by 1. Then after that, you see which number meets at the middle. In this case, there are 15 women. So if it's odd number of total number, you should get a nice middle number. Okay, meaning like 15 women, this one you'll get the 8th position. How do I know that? Formula is always you find what's the position first. And this works not only for stem and leaf diagram, this works for most of the statistics methods. So you have to find where's the position first. Find the total plus 1, always plus 1. So 15 plus 1 divided by 2, you will get the 8th position. Okay, this is not the value itself, this is the position. So you got to count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So over here, this woman who is 43 years old, and I highlighted here, this is the median age. Okay, third one, the percentage of women that are older than 51 years. So let's see where is 51 years old, above 51 years old. So there's 1, 2, 3. 52, 53, 58. So there are 3 women that are older than 51 years old. So 3 out of 15 of them, right? Then they want it in percentage. So we got the times 100%, and that would be 20%. Okay, easy, 3 marks. All this is given free marks to you all. Make sure you all know this because this comes up frequently. Okay, question number 3, change 2.15 hours into minutes. So how do I change hours to minutes? You just gotta multiply it by 60 because 1 hour has 60 minutes. So 2.15 times 60. Type this into your calculator and you'll get 129 minutes. Okay, so 129. This is a 1 mark question. Pretty easy. Okay, question 4. Triangle ABC and triangle ACD are isosceles. Angle DAB equals to 86 degrees and angle ADC equals to 58 degrees. Find the value of x. Okay, look at this question. They say both of these are isosceles. Okay, but we cannot assume that both of these are the same triangle. So I've seen students who assume that this angle is equal to the same angle because they assume that both of these triangles are the same. It looks the same, but it's just both are isosceles. They never say it's the same. So we cannot assume that it's the same. Okay, so the only thing that they gave us here is 58, here is 86, which is made up of, you see here, and here, and then here's x degrees. Okay, how I'll do this, let's write out whatever known fact that we know. Okay, so since they're isosceles triangle, got 2 angles will be the same. So over here will be 58 degrees, over here will be x degrees also. Okay, so now you zoom in. Now I want you all to zoom out. Look at the whole thing as one whole shape. This is a quadrilateral, right? Quadrilateral, a shape that has 4 sides. So 4 sides, you will get 360 degrees. That means your total internal angle will be 360 degrees. Okay, so you just need to use the formula n minus 2 times 180 degrees. That's how you get your total internal angle. Okay, so what I would know is that the sum of all these angle should give me 360 degrees. So we can write down an equation for it. This is just one way to do it. You might use another way, it's totally fine. Okay, so what I would write is, okay, let's just add up all the angle. X plus 2 times 58 degrees plus 86 degrees. Okay, and you will get 360 degrees. Okay, so just type it in the calculator. So 360 minus 2 times 58 minus 86. You all should get 158 degrees. And then x will be 79 degrees. Awesome. Okay, so x is 79. Okay, you don't have to write the degrees because the degrees is already written at the x there. So x degrees. So we just write 79. Okay, the other way to do it, which I won't write down, is that we can go and calculate what's the angle here first, because I know this triangle is 180 degrees, right? So 58 plus this small degree here, which is your angle CAD, would be 180 degrees. So you go find the angle here, you take 86 minus the angle CAD to find BAC, then you do the same thing. Okay, 180 degrees plus this angle, plus this angle, plus this angle, and you get 180 degrees also. Okay, whichever way that you prefer, up to you. Okay, it's not so rigid. Okay, let's see. Question 5. Angelique, okay, this angel rents a room for a party. The cost of renting a room is $1,550 for the first hour, and then $725 for each additional hour. She pays $95.25 in total. Work out the total number of hours she rents the room for. Okay, so this is yeah, how normally people rent out, like let's say if you own a event room, you know, and you rent out to people. Okay, normally the first hour will be more expensive, then after that it will be cheaper. Why do they do it like this? Is because, you know, they want you to rent out longer. So it's as if like you rent out longer, then you are getting a good deal. All right, so this is how business works. So let's see. Okay, so total she paid 95.25, right? So the first hour she paid 15.50. Then each additional hour, we don't know how many more hours that she rented for. Okay, so let's just put 7.25 times x, x being the additional hours. Okay, and then total she pays 95.25. Okay, when you calculate this, make sure you, because they're asking you for the total number of hours, make sure you add back the first hour. Okay, the common mistake I think is you find x already, then you assume x is the answer itself. Okay, so what do I mean? So let's go and calculate this first. Let's go find what's x. 95.25 minus 15.5, which will give you 79.75. 79.75 divided by 7.25, you get 11 hours. Okay, 11 hours is not the final answer. Okay, you got to add back the first hour, which is what you paid for 15.50, right? So total hours would be 11 plus 1. Okay, total would be 12 hours. Cool. Everyone following? All right, let's go. Okay, question 6. Okay, so now they say here, without using a calculator, work out this question. Okay, 1/3 divided by 7/6 plus 1/5. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so if they say without using a calculator, you can use the calculator to check for your final answer. It's just that the working, okay, you have to assume that you don't have a calculator to do the working. Okay, so they often ask you this question, make sure you show all your working. It's a 4-mark question. The marks all comes from the working. If you straight away jump to the final answer, most likely, it depends on the marker, most likely you won't get any marks, okay? So because the marker will know that you use the calculator. So let's just see how do we do this. Okay, 1/3 divided by 1/6 plus 1/5. So you gotta do BODMAS. So you do the front one first. Okay, if I divide a fraction, what will happen? I need to change it to multiply, and then you inverse it. Okay, so let's try to solve this part here first. So here will be 1, here will be 2. Then 2/7 plus 1/5. Okay, so now addition. Okay, I want to add it up, different denominator, so I got to make it to the same. 2/7. How to make it the common denominator? Multiply this one by 5 and the second one by 7. So 2 times 5 would be, okay, let me just double check. Okay, 2 times 5, 10. This one, 7, 35. So total will be 17/35. Okay, can I simplify this? I don't think so. Okay, you can just use your calculator to double check it. Okay, so this is the most simplified form already. They want it in fraction, so make sure you don't write it in decimal place. So if you use a different calculator where the first value comes out is decimal place, make sure you convert it, know how to press the buttons to convert it back to fraction. All right, so this is question number 6. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, question 7. Katie has 5 white flowers, 5 white flowers, X red flowers, and 2X plus 1 yellow flowers. She picks a flower at random. The probability that it is white is 1/12. Okay, find the probability that it is yellow. Okay, so what I will write here, they gave us only one probability, 1/12, which is equivalent to 5 flowers, right? 5 white flowers. So I can write it like this first. I like writing it like this when we are comparing, so I can see like a ratio. Hold on, why did I write 2x plus 1 yellow? Okay, let's see. The ratio will be 5, then this is x, then this is 2x plus 1. Okay, then, okay, I'll write this as my ratio. Then my probability, what I know is this is 1 over 12. Okay, so this is equivalent to 1 over 12. Let's see, what do I know here? So I know that 5 is equal to 1 over 12. So probability is normally the parts over the total, right? That's how we find the probability. Okay, so what I can write, I can construct an equation 1 over 12. Okay, we need to find what's x first. So I can say that 1 over 12 is equivalent to 5 over 5 plus x plus 2x plus 1. Okay, can you see? This is the part. This is your total. Okay, so parts over total. Okay, so that's how we calculate the probability. Okay, so just go and calculate it. Cross multiply it. Okay, here times here times here. Okay, I've actually already calculated it. So you should get over here 6 plus 3x. And then x you'll get equals to 18. Okay, all this is just very, very simple algebra. So if you don't know, go and ask your friends how to do it. So x is equals to 18, but wait, okay, this is not the final answer. X equals to 18 is not the yellow flowers, right? We want to find the probability that it is yellow. So, okay, maybe I can write here, that is number of flowers. Okay, we know here is 5. This is 18. Can I find yellow flowers? Number of yellow flowers, which is represented by 2x plus 1, right? So I can put 2 times 18 plus 1. So I would get 37. Okay, 37 flowers. So probability, okay, or I should just write P, that is yellow flowers. Okay, so the parts over the total number of flowers, how many do we have? 5 plus 18 plus 37. Okay, so we get 37 over 60. Okay, so this is a 4-mark question. Okay, 4 marks question. So probability, make sure you know how to do probability. I like to write it in ratio. It's easier for me to see. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. Next one. Calculate fourth root 39 and 1 over 16. Okay, this is a 1-mark question. All you need to know how to do is you need to know how to type in the calculator. Okay, so if you are going to type it in the calculator, depends on which model. I have the MS here, I have the EX here. Both have slightly different input. Okay, I won't go through both of it, how to type it in, but as long as you type it in, you should get the correct answer. Okay, don't type it wrongly. The correct answer will be 2.5. Okay, 2.5. All right, let's go. Question 9. We have 5 values here. Write these values in order of size, starting with the smallest. Okay, so if we look at all these numbers, it all looks the same, almost the same. So we need to make it consistent first to compare. So let's just change it to the actual value itself. So let's look at this. 2.1 times 10 to the power negative 1. So you can just write the numbers on top. So it's easy for you to refer. So this will be 0.21, then 0.2, then there's a dot on top. This is called recurring. So what will happen is that it will keep on repeating. So 0.222 to infinity. 22% divided by 100. That's how you change percentage to a value. Square root 0.2, just type in the calculator. So you will get 0.447. Okay, 0.4472 dot dot dot. Okay, then 24 over 1000. This one you'll get 0.024. Okay, don't know, literally just use your calculator. Okay, so let's see which one is the smallest. 0.024. Okay, so I want you all to have a habit to write the digits on top also, so it's easy for you to see and you can double check it. This will be your second one. Okay, the 0.21. Third will be 0.22. Fourth will be 0.222. And then fifth will be 0.447. Okay, so make sure you write the actual value down from the smallest to the biggest. So first one will be 24 over 1000. Second one, 2.1 times 10 to the power of -1. Third will be 22%. Fourth will be 0.2 recurring. And fifth will be 0.2. Awesome. Okay, question 9 done. Okay, let's look at question 10. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 156 degrees. Work out the number of sides of this polygon. Okay, I'm going to use the interior angle formula to do this. You can use the exterior angle also, it's totally fine. Okay, so interior angle, the formula is n minus 2 times 180 degrees over n. Okay, this is for interior angle of a regular polygon. Make sure you memorize this formula because most likely there will be one question for your official IGCSE paper. So let's fit into here. Let's find what is n. So interior angle they give us is 156 degrees. So okay, let's see. We can expand this. So 189 n minus 360 over n. This will be 156n minus 180n, 360. Okay, let's rearrange it. 180 minus 156. This will be 24n, 360. 360 divided by 24. And I get 15 sides. So what's important here? Go and memorize this one. Okay, interior angle formula. Won't be given to you. In fact, math, there's no formula that's given to you. Okay, so there's one whole list of things that you all have to memorize. If you all don't know, okay, I've given to you all the cheat sheet. This is only for NextGen students and my own personal students. So go and refer to the entire cheat sheet. Most of the formulas are all inside already. So if you understand that paper itself and you understand the examples inside, most likely you can get a credit already. Okay, so make sure you know every single part there. All right. Okay, question 10 done. Let's go question 11. Okay, so this is a speed time graph. Let's see. A car starts its journey by accelerating from rest. Okay, accelerating from rest at a constant rate of 0.7 meter per second square for 20 seconds. Before reaching a constant speed, okay, I will put different colors so that we are clear what they are doing. Before reaching a constant speed of 14 meter per second. Okay, it then travels 14 meter per second for a distance of 210 meter. Okay, so this is the second part. Then the third part, the car then decelerates at a constant rate of 1.5 meter per second square before coming to a stop. Complete the speed time graph for the car's journey. Okay, so in your math for this falls under the speed time. It's actually, I would say, kinematics. I don't think maths uses this term, but yeah, you got your speed time graph, you got your distance time graph. Make sure you know what the graph represents. Okay, so I will go specifically. This is a speed time graph. You have to know both graph represents the gradient, the area under the graph, all the things all represents different. So if the movement is like this, okay, the graph like this, have a slope or straight, it all represents different things. Okay, so let's look at the basics on what exactly is the on what we need to know first. So this is a speed time graph. Okay, so speed time graph. I'll use it as V because V is actually velocity. We know it's this formula. So speed equals to distance over time, right? Then what else do we know? Okay, the gradient represents your acceleration, and then your area under the graph represents the distance traveled. Okay, so these are the basic things that you need to know. So every time when you do VT kind of graph, so a speed time graph, make sure that you write this down first so that you are very, very clear on what you need to know. Okay, so let's read back the sentence. So the first part is already done for us. So the first part is this part here. So can you see what I highlighted in yellow? This is the first yellow part. Accelerate from rest 0.7 meter per second square for 20 seconds. So can you see? It stops at 20 seconds, right? And then a constant rate of 0.7 meter per second square. Okay, you can go and calculate the gradient. You will get 0.7 meter per second square. We won't waste time doing that. Let's do, then after that, reaching a constant speed of 14 meter per second. Okay, they didn't say anything there, but it just reaches here. So you see over here, this is 14. So let's look at the second statement, the green color. It then travels at 14 meter per second for a distance of 210 meter. Okay, so let's see. They gave us speed, they give us distance. So we need to find what is the time that it travels for this particular distance at this speed. Okay, so you need to find what's time. Time, which is speed over, not speed, distance over speed. Okay, look back into the triangle, and that's how you do it. So the distance would be 210 meter, and then speed is 14. Okay, so 210 divided by 14, you get 15. So 15 seconds. So what we know here, it travels for 15 seconds at 14 meter per second for a distance of 210 meters. So just now the previous part is 20, right? 20 seconds. So right now, we need to, the time will be 20 plus 15. That means we want to know it travels until what time. Okay, so 35 seconds, right? So let's see, where's 35? So over here. So I got to draw over here. This is for the green color section. Okay, then the last part, the red color section. Okay, then it decelerates, constant rate of 1.4 meter per second square. So now it is traveling at 14 meter per second. That's the speed. Okay, acceleration or deceleration, but let's just write this formula. Acceleration is equals to final speed minus initial speed. Okay, over time. You need to know this formula. They say coming to a stop, right? So your final speed will actually be 0. Okay, your initial speed, what was it traveling at? 14 meter per second. And then we want to find what's the time lah. Okay, what's the time? And then acceleration was negative 1.4 because it was decelerating. Okay, you go rearrange the formula. Time would be 10 seconds. Okay, so it traveled at 10 seconds. Don't assume that it straight away go to 50 seconds because they give you the range here. Okay, so it traveled at 10 seconds. Just now was at 35 seconds. So 35 plus 10, you will get 45 seconds. So go down here. And this is the red part of the journey. Okay. Everyone following? Good. Awesome. Okay, so this I would say for a 3-mark question, pretty tricky. Make sure you know the formula of for the speed time graph and your distance time graph. And that's how you score for this question. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Question 12. Okay, question 12 is a sequence question. Okay, sequence question. So the table shows the first 5 terms of sequences A, B, and C. Okay, so we need to see what are the patterns here. Normally, the most basic one that you all have learned is your arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression, geometric progression, and then quadratic sequence, or you just have to recognize the pattern. That means they give you some series of numbers you need to observe, and then you have to see what's the pattern. Okay, so let's look at sequence A first. Okay, so sequence A, 8, 3, -2, -7, -12. What pattern can we observe here? If you see, here is -5, -5, -5. So plus and minus will follow an arithmetic sequence. So for sequence A, this is an arithmetic sequence. So arithmetic, actually, I teach my students, you can actually just straight away use this formula. A plus n minus 1d. Okay, A plus n minus 1d. A is the first term, so first term is 8. Then n, you leave it as n. Then d is the difference. So in this case, it's the -5, as what I wrote in the red color there. So you all see here, what I can get, this will be 8 minus 5n plus 5, and then you get 13 minus 5n. Okay, so this is 13 minus 5n because it follows an arithmetic sequence. Okay, let's look at B. 2, 3 over 2, 4 over 3, 5 over 4, 6 over 5. Okay, so you see, it doesn't follow a plus, minus, times, or divide. But what I can observe here, you see, is the number right over here, you see, 2 a bit hard to see because, but if you see all this pattern, right, you see on top 3, 4, 5, 6, at the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have to try to relate it back to your n itself. See, these are all your n values, are your first, second, third, fourth, fifth term. Okay, so what I can observe here, okay, I can put this as 1 because you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bottom is n. You see, these are all my n. On top is n. Then on top, I get n plus 1. You see, my second term, then I get 3 because 2 plus 1 over 2. Then 3 plus 1 over 3. 4 plus 1 over 4. Okay, so I can conclude that this is actually a n plus 1 over n. Does this follow arithmetic or geometric? Not really. Okay, nothing. You just have to observe and then to know that it follows this. Okay, so this second one, yeah, just observe it and then try to derive it. Okay, let's look at question C, the sequence C. 1 over 2, 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, so immediately I can observe already this one. This is times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. So if it's a multiply or a divide kind of sequence, we follow a geometric sequence. Okay, geometric sequence, you can use this general formula. It's called AR to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so these two formulas will be useful for you. A plus n minus 1d and AR to the power of n minus 1. So A here will be your first term, 1 over 2. R will be the common ratio. So that means it multiplies by how much? In this case, it's 2. So 2 and minus 1. Okay, so let's try to simplify this. Okay, so if you see there's a 2 in all of this, right? So 2n minus 1. 1 over 2, I can write it as 2 to the power negative 1. And then what can I do here? So I can put 2n minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So this will be 2 to the power n minus 2. Okay? Not easy. 5-mark question. Okay, not easy. 5-mark question. At least know your arithmetic, geometric, and quadratic sequence. That's my advice for you. Okay. All right, let's look at question 13. Write 2, 4, 3, 243 times 27 to the power of 2n as a single power of 3 in terms of n. So we want to write it as base 3. So all of these values here, your 243 is 3 to the power of something. So let's convert that first. So 243, if you're unsure, just use your calculator and then try and error. So you can say 3 to the power of 3 is how much? And 3 to the power of 4, how much? 3 to the power of 5, you'll get 243. Okay, so 27 is 3 to the power of 3. Then 2n. Okay, so make sure you know all your law of indices. So 3 to the power of 5, 3 to the power of, this one I can multiply, 6n. And then 3 to the power of 5 plus 6n. Okay, you want to write 6n plus 5 also is fine. So I just write it as 5 plus 6n. Okay, so this is question 13a. Okay, let's look at B. K is equals to 2 times 3 squared times p cubed, where p is a prime number greater than 3. Write 6k squared as a product of prime factors in terms of p. Okay, the sentence might look a bit confusing, but let's just break it down. They say p is a prime number greater than 3. Write 6k squared as a product of prime factors. They means product of prime factors means a prime factor times a prime factor times a prime factor. Okay, which will give me the value of, or an expression of 6k squared. Okay, so if you can see here, this is already prime, right? A prime factor 2, 3, p, we don't know what is it. Do we need to find? Don't need, because they ask us to find in terms of p. Okay, so how do I do this? 6k squared. So I need to replace my k with the 2 times 3 squared times p cubed, which would give me, okay, let's write 6 first. 2 times 3 squared times p cubed squared. Okay, let's expand the bracket first. Okay, don't go and change the values because we want to leave it as a prime factor. So this will be 2 squared, 3 to the power of 4, and then p to the power of 6. Okay, is that right? 2 squared, 3, 4, p6. Okay, so this is not done yet because you see we want to change it to prime factor. Now you look here, 2, 3, and p. Okay, p we know is a prime factor, is a prime number, also greater than 3. Okay, so it might be 5. Okay, it might be 7. We don't know. This 6 is not a prime number, so we need to change it to prime first. So what would you get? So 6, I can write it as 2 times 3, right? So 2 times 3, 2 squared times 3, 4 times p to the power of 6. This is nice. So 2 is, okay, if we want to join it with the 2 square, we can multiply it. This will be 2 cubed times 3 to the power of 5 times p to the power of 6. Okay, 2 marks question. Sentence looks a bit confusing. Just bring it down part by part, okay, on what they are actually trying to ask. Okay, question 13 done. Okay, how many more questions are there? A couple more. Okay, question 14. This is a circle theorem question. P, Q, and R are points on the circle. ST is a tangent to the circle at R. So you see this ST line, this is a tangent. Okay, write down the value of X. Give a geometrical reason for your answer. So this, you all need to know the theory of all your circle theorems. So you got your alternate segment theorem and yeah, all of it. You all need to know the names for it. Go refer to your textbook if you're not sure, or refer to the cheat sheet. All is given to you inside there. So X, what we know here, this and this angle will be the same because it's a tangent, right? And then there's a triangle inside. Why? Because the relationship is called alternate segment theorem. Okay, why is it like this? because it is. Okay, this is what you all have learned in part of your syllabus. Okay, we never learn how to derive this for now because that's more advanced, but we just need to know how the theorem looks like and how it works in the calculation. Okay, number 2, another tangent from the point S touches the circle at V. So what I can draw here, give a geometrical reason why triangle SVR is an isosceles. So they say touches, right, is a tangent and then touches S. So there's this point here. Okay, go through S. And this is a tangent. Okay, so if I were to draw it out, right, V will be here. Okay, what do we know about this property? This is also one of the theorem that you need to know. The distance between the distance from a tangent to a same point outside of the circle, it will be the exact same distance. Okay, this is the property of it. So how do we write? Tangents from an external point are equal in length. Okay, so make sure you all know this. This falls under circle theorem. If you are unsure, go back to your textbook, revise your circle theorem. There's quite a number of theorems. I think I can't remember how many, but make sure you all know all of it. Okay, let's go. Question 15. A is the point 316, B is the point 831. Find the equation of the line that passes through A and B. Give your answer in y equals mx plus c. Okay, so for me to draw a straight line equation, let's say I got point A, point B. Okay, so let's just roughly draw it out so you all can see clearly. You just need technically 2 things, okay, or 3 things. You need your gradient. Make sure you know. You need to find your gradient. Then you need to find what is your 1x and y coordinate. Then you fit into y equals mx plus c. That is all. Okay, so don't overthink it. As long as you got 1 point, 1 gradient, you can actually find what is the value of the equation of the straight line. Okay, so let's find what is gradient first. Gradient, which is your m. Okay, so it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 31 minus 16 over 8 minus 3. Type this in the calculator, you get 3. Okay, so gradient done. Okay, so we have 2 points. You can use 316 or 831, up to you. I'll just use 316. Okay, smaller value, easier to calculate also. Okay, so let's feed it into y equals mx plus c. You can use y2 minus y1 equals to x2 minus x1 also, but I think most math student will use y equals mx plus c. And math student, you all can use y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. Feed it in to find the c. 3, what's your 3 plus c? Okay, so what will you get here? C will be equals to 7. Therefore, the equation of this straight line will be y equals to 3x plus 7. Okay, this is your y equals to mx plus c. Okay, question B. The line CD has an equation 0.5x minus 11. Find the gradient of a line that is perpendicular to the line CD. Okay, so 1 mark question. Perpendicular, you need to know the formula. The relationship is m1 times m2 equals to -1. Okay, m1, the gradient of the line or your tangent line or whatever line that you're referring to, times the perpendicular line will be equals to -1. That is the relationship. Okay, so MCD, okay, McDonald's. is equals to 0.5. Okay, I would write it as a fraction, so it's easier for me to see the value. Then the next thing, all you need to do is put into the equation. Okay, we want to find the perpendicular, right? So M1, I put it as the gradient of CD times the gradient of the perpendicular will be equals to -1. Okay, -1. Therefore, the perpendicular one will be -2. Okay, -2. One mark question only. In fact, those who know how to do straight away, you can just write the answers. Okay, let's go. Question 16. Sachin picks a number at random from the first three multiples of 3. Okay, so you'll see here, multiples of 3. He then picks a number at random from the first 3 prime numbers. So over here is first 3 prime numbers. He adds the 2 numbers to find a score. Okay, so let's complete this table. So first 3 multiples of 3 will be 3, 6, 9. First 3 prime numbers will be 2, 3, 5. So let's fill out the blank. Very simple. Okay, if you know how to read the table, this plus this will give you this, this plus this will give you this, this plus this will give you this, this plus this, this plus this. Okay, go and add it all up. You should get, here is 8, here is 9, here is 12, here is 8, here is 11, and here is 14. Okay, 2 mark question, done. Next question. Given that the score is even, find the probability that one of the number he picks is 9. Okay, so we need to find what are all the number of even numbers first, even scores. So let's see based on the total scores. The final score, okay. Final score, even numbers, this 8, 6, 8, 12, 14. So total even scores, I have 5 numbers, right? Okay, total even score, 5 numbers. Okay. Find that one of the number he picks is 9. So we have to look over here. One of the number he picks is 9. That means you pick one of the prime number and one of the multiples of 3. One of it will be 9. So 9 can be what? The 9 plus 3 and 9 plus 5, which is this one and this one. So I will have 2 numbers that one of the numbers is equals to 9. So I got 2 numbers. So your probability, okay, probability will be 2/5. Okay, so we are only finding from the, given that the score is even, that means we only find from the even score. We don't find from the total. Okay, you don't find from the total of the 9 numbers. That's how the probability works for here. Okay, coming to the end already. 4 more pages. Okay, solve 5x minus 3, 2x plus 7. Pretty simple. When they say solve, this is a 1 mark question. We just need to put the bracket equals to 0 and equals to 0. So you find what's the x value for here. 5x minus 3 equals 0, 2x plus 7 equals to 0. X will be equals to 3/5. This one will be -7/2. So 3/5 and -7/2 will be the answer. Okay, question 18. Solve the simultaneous equation. You must show all your working. All right, so okay, so we have one is quadratic, one is a linear. So we can't do elimination for this type of question. The only way is to do substitution. So I'll put it, I like to do it like this so that it's systematic. So I put it as equation 1, equation 2. So sub equation 2 into equation 1. So we sub the y value because both has y. So x, you'll get x squared Okay, let's make it to a quadratic equation. X squared minus 11x plus 24 equals to 0. Okay, I move everything to the left-hand side. Why? I want to make it the quadratic equation. Then I want to solve the quadratic equation. Okay, 11 minus 11x and 24. If you're not sure, just use your calculator to solve it. You will get here x minus 8, x minus 3 equals to 0. Make sure you show all this working, yeah? You get x equals to 8. This one, x equals to 3. Okay, so I got both my x points ready. Now I need to find what's my y. So I sub x into, sub into the easy one, which is equation 2. Okay, I'm not going to write the working, but you can just write the, put into the formula 2 times 8 minus 3, you will get 18. And then 2 times 3 minus 3, you will get 3. Okay, so make sure you put it in the correct pairs. So this and this, this and this. So 8, 13, 3, 3. Okay, pretty simple 5-mark question. All right, let's move. Question 19, shade the given region. So this is a Venn diagram. So first one, A prime union B prime. That means we want to shade everything of A prime and everything of B prime. Okay, let's see. A prime will be what? Everything outside of A. Right? So I will put different colors so you can understand what exactly am I doing. So if you see this green color, this is everything that is A. Okay, B union, so I want everything. So B will be here. Okay, everything outside B. Oops, here made a small mistake. B, so, what am I doing? Yeah, I was correct. Okay, everything outside B. So you see, where is the only part that is not shaded? This part here. Okay, so the rest go and shade it. Okay, next one. C union D intersect E prime. Okay, so the first part, C union D intersect E prime. So where is C union D? Okay, everything of C and everything of D. Okay, so what I will do, right? This part here, I need to find where both of it intersect. That means both has 2 directions if I'm using this method. Okay, so you all have to draw it carefully because you all won't have colors in the exam. So I draw it like this first. Later, I will erase it. So C union D will be this part here. Okay, intersect E prime. Okay, intersect E prime. Where's E prime? Everything outside E, right? Okay, so everything outside E. Okay, it's actually here also. Okay, but maybe I don't shade it. So if you all see here, it will be just here. Okay, outside E. Okay, so wait, small mistake here. Okay, outside E. Can you all see? It is only this part here. Okay, the one that has 2 directions. Okay, so make sure you all erase off this part here. Okay, so this will be your final answer. All right. Okay, that's just a 2-mark question. Question 20. Okay, question 20. Fx, this is a function question. Fx equals to 2 to the power of x minus 3. Gx equals to 2x minus 1. Hx equals to 5 over x minus 4. Find what is F6. Okay, so F, we just replace the x with 6 right now. Oops. 6 minus 3. This will be f2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 is equals to 8. Okay, then repeat the same thing again. 8 minus 3, this will be 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 5 will be equals to 32. Okay, so this is a 2-mark question. Okay, question B. Find G inverse G bracket x plus 21. Okay, it's a 1-mark question. When you do a G inverse and a G, all right, these two will actually cancel out. Okay, so make sure you all know these are G and G inverse. These will cancel each other out. Okay, cancel out each other. So your final value will just be x plus 21. Make sure you know this theory. Okay, question C. Find x when fx equals to h bracket 84. Okay, so let's just write it down. 2x, 2 to the power x minus 3. Then this is my input. This will be 84 minus 4. Okay, and let's simplify it. Type this in the calculator, you will get 1 over 16. Okay, so how do we solve for this? I got 1 over 16. Both has base 2. So I can change it to, this can be written as 2 to the power of 4, right? Negative 4. Okay, for maths, this is the way that you all learn. For add maths, you all can use log, you all can use ln if you all forget this method. Okay, but for maths, normally you would need, if you have an unknown power, you would need to change both of it to the same base first, and then you compare the power. That's how you all solve it. So we can just compare the power right now. Negative 4, therefore x equals to negative 1. Okay, 2 marks question. Okay, final 3 questions. Let's go. Okay, final 3 questions. Expand and simplify. Okay, 3-mark question. X minus 3 squared, 2x plus 5. So we will get x squared minus 6x plus 9, 2x plus 5. Okay, slowly go and multiply this. I don't think there's any shortcut method. So you get 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x squared minus 30x plus 18x plus 45. And you will get 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 12x plus 45. Okay, this will be your final answer. You just need to cross multiply it between the 2 brackets. Okay, just expand the bracket. Okay, when they say simplify, make sure you put the ones that are the same family. So like your x squared and x squared, your x and x, you all got to just sum it together. Okay, question 22. This is a Trigo question. Solve the equation. So solve means I need to find what's the x value. 7 sine x plus 2 equals to 0 for 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Okay, so this one you all got to use your ASTC method. So 7 sine x plus 2. So it will be 7 sine x equals to minus 2. Sine x equals to minus 2 over 7. Okay, the method that I taught you all, go and find what is your base angle first. So how do I find my base angle? I don't care about the negative sign first. So we just put whatever value it is, because the negative or positive sign only applies in the ASTC graph. So shift sign 2 over 7, you'll get 16.6 degrees. Okay, so for me to find my x, yeah, write it here step by step. Okay, I gotta put on my ASTC. After ASTC, because it is a negative, right? Because it's a negative, Therefore, it will fall under here and here. And then here will be my alpha. Here's my alpha. So third quadrant and fourth quadrant, it will be 180 degrees plus 16.6 and 360 minus 16.6. You will get 196.6 degrees and 343.4 degrees. Awesome. One last question. Simplify this equation. 3xy plus 36y minus 5x minus 60 over 2x squared minus 288. Okay, 4-mark question. So let's see, what can we do to simplify? Let's look at the numerator first. So, okay, there's no common factors between all of this, all the 4 terms, but what we can do is the first 2 terms and the first 2 terms we can factorize out something. The third and fourth term we can factorize out something also. Okay, so we can find common factors. So first 2 terms, you see there's 3y from both of it. Then you'll get x plus 12 here. The third and fourth term, I can factorize out negative 5 because 5x, negative 5x and negative 60, then x plus 12. Okay, this is one of the ways to factorize also. And then at the bottom, I can factorize out 2. Okay, so the top, what y'all can write is like this: 3y minus 5, then x plus 12 over 2. Okay, over here also, you'll need to observe this is a squared minus b squared. So I can write it as a plus b, a minus b. So 2, a will be x plus 12, x minus 12. Okay, so there's x plus 12 here. Final value will be 3y minus 5 over 2 bracket x minus 12. You want to expand the bracket, also it's fine. 3y minus 5 over 2 bracket x minus 12. 4 marks question. Any more? All right, no more. And this is how you get full marks. Okay, 100%, 70 marks. Make sure y'all don't screw up your paper 1. Paper 1 is the one that y'all should get as many marks as y'all can. Paper 2 is the one that is really, really hard. So you see, we finished this paper in 1 hour. The paper is relatively easy and way easier as compared to the paper 4. This paper 2, compared to paper 4. Make sure y'all do it. Have time to recheck the entire thing. Spend at least 15 minutes. Okay, so it's a 1.5 hour paper. You all got to practice your speed also to finish it up so that y'all can check the entire paper, because y'all might make some careless mistake. Don't go to sleep, okay? And make sure y'all do it carefully. All right, if you don't know anything, ask in the comments below, and I'll see you for paper 4. Bye.